You can see behind me, Hurricane Nate is approaching Gulf Shores. Officials tell me they are expecting a very high storm surge and wind gusts up to 90 miles per hour. Before Mother Nature delivered Alabama with Hurricane Nate, there were tons of people out and about on the island, including Abby and Tyler Jackson. They got married on Saturday.
We were supposed to have it at 5:30 tonight, and we moved it up till 9, and I think we're all going to try to getting out of here.
The Missouri couple arrived to Gulf Shores earlier in the week.
We've been at the beach every day, and just gradually it kind of got windier, and the tides are getting higher.
The Jacksons took advantage of the voluntary evacuations and headed out of Baldwin County.
And at this time, we're just watching and waiting and getting ready.
Baldwin County Emergency Management Agency Director Reggie Chitwood says if people didn't leave the island, he hopes they are prepared.
They need to have their emergency kit. They need to make sure they have everything in place.
Chitwood says they will be watching the storm closely and have started operations at Level 1.
Level 1 includes all of the Emergency Management Agency and all of our emergency support functions that'll help us through the night and into the recovery phase tomorrow.
Hurricane Nate may have forced many people to leave the island, but Abby wasn't going to allow it to rain on her parade.
I planned the entire ceremony myself, and we just kind of moved things up, and everybody asked if I was relaxed, and I've been relaxed the whole time. The city of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach have issued mandatory curfews that started at 8 o'clock tonight and will last until 6 a.m. Sunday morning. In Gulf Shores, Aaron Cantrell, WHNT News 19.
Is where the heart is, and I feel like I lost it across the sea.
Through the power of music,
The same place I lost the thing that God gave to me.
singer-songwriter Ali Free is spreading awareness about PTSD by using something everyone in the world can connect with.
I can't hear like I used to.
Well, music is the universal language. I mean, anywhere you go, whether you're happy, you're sad, you're mad, you're angry, whatever you're going through, there's not a day that goes by that there's not at least one song that gets you through that day.
PTSD is personal to her. She's watched it get the best of her friends.
When we talk about suicide, I've had that happen in front of me. So, you know, that's something that does hit me on a personal level from that aspect. And as far as any of my military brothers, I've seen them have to cope with that when their family kicks them out on the street.
See, I can't breathe, I feel panic, and I see this blood surrounding me.
Which is why she wrote Who's Gonna Fight For Me?
I'm still all alone in my own home. Oh, in my own home.
And I've had to talk a few brothers down, and that's something that I would love for more people to be more sensitive
to bring awareness to PTSD.
I feel like there's not enough support for our veterans and soldiers.
If the song impacts one person, it's done the job.
As you want your family to fight for you, I'm going to fight for you too. I may not know them, but I'll fight for you too. And through this song, I hope that's exactly what it does.
She will always be standing, waiting to fight for the men and women who put their lives on the line for our freedom.
I'll ask you who.
In Huntsville, Aaron Cantrell,
Who's gonna fight for me?
WHNT News 19.
To be honest, I'm not doing good, but I do have kids in which I have to be strong for.
Joel Johnson's life was changed forever on Saturday when he, his pregnant wife Denicia Rice, and his daughter got into a car wreck. To even relive that moment is still hard.
We was headed down Jordan Lane, and we noticed a person on the opposite side. He was looking like he was about to get over.
Police have identified that person as 57-year-old Dennis Hammond. The next thing Johnson says he remembers is the crash.
Everything just went flying.
This is where it happened. Car parts are still on the road. Johnson remembers jumping out to check on his 2-year-old daughter and wife.
My daughter was okay, and my wife was just saying that her back was really, really hurting her, and I tried keeping her calm, but I don't know, I think she went into shock. And I kept telling her it was gonna be okay and just breathe. But she was like, no, there's something wrong.
He stayed behind with their daughter, and Rice was transported to the hospital.
So I didn't get to say goodbye
Police say Rice died from her injuries related to the crash. Doctors were able to save the baby.
She was my all.
In Huntsville, Aaron Cantrell, WHNT News 19. Hey guys, it's WHNT News 19's Aaron Cantrell. I'm here in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and as you know, this area is preparing for Tropical Storm Nate to impact them here. I kind of want to just kind of turn the camera around and kind of show you what it's looking like right now. Now they're expected the most damage, the most impact from the storm to hit early Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around and kind of show you what the beach is looking like right now. There's a few people out here. People just sit here, taking in, you know, the beach right now. I've been told by several people out here that the current, the ocean's current, is super strong. They said this guy who had to weigh probably about 220 said that it was even pulling him out. So the currents are already picking up. Now earlier, Governor Kay Ivey, she held a press conference along with EMA director, and I took some notes from that press conference. So I kind of want to read some of the notes that I took from Governor Ivey. She says, "The Alabamians, we must prepare for this storm." She says that this storm isn't as strong as ones in the past, but still it's very dangerous. She said there will be high winds, storm surges. She says it's better to over-prepare and be prepared just in case. Now she is asking people to seek shelter. Let's see. She also said that they will do everything they can to make sure everyone here in Alabama is taken care of. Now she wasn't the only one that spoke. Also, the state meteorologist, he also said a few words as well. He says the storm keeps shifting. He says it appears that it will keep shifting, and they will continue to monitor it and let everyone know exactly where that storm is heading towards. They're expecting 80 miles per hour winds. And then also, this isn't going to just impact here in Gulf Shores. They expect this to impact the entire southern part of Alabama. So that includes the Birmingham areas where they will see receive rainfall, and some trees will be down as well. Again, also, the state's EMA director, Brian Hastings, he spoke, and he says all local officials, they have been advised, and they are switching their plans and changing what they need to do based on what the National Weather Service says. He advises everyone, the public, to listen to their EMA directors and pretty much stand by and be prepared. They say the National Guard, the Alabama National Guard, they are also on standby. He also says that, including the governor, that everyone needs to have an emergency preparedness kit. That's everything from non-perishable foods, batteries, medication, anything you would need in case you'll go some days without power. Now earlier, the city of Gulf Shores, they tweeted out some information saying that tomorrow that public beaches, they will be closed, along with the Gulf State Park Pier, all city facilities, and Jack Edwards National Airport starting at 6 p.m. That will also be closed starting tomorrow. And then also I spoke to a Huntsville family who says they came down here on vacation on Thursday. They plan to stay longer, but because of Tropical Storm Nate, they are leaving tomorrow morning. So they do not want to be caught in this storm at all. I also spoke to an Athens man whose wife is down here camping. She's been down here the last few weeks. He came down here. He says he's kind of forcing her to go. He's coming down here to pack up the camper and head back up to the Athens area. So a lot of local people from our area in North Huntsville, North Alabama, down here. And if you're just joining us, again, I'm here in Gulf Shores where everyone is preparing for Tropical Storm Nate to come in. I'm going to turn the camera around to show you again what it's looking like out here. See if I can. There we go. So here we go. We got a few people still here on the beach. Not to be in the water because the current is so strong. Now there also are some people who decide to get into the water, but they're only in there for at least a minute or so because again the current is so strong. But again, still quite a bit of people out here. The wind is kind of picking up. Not too bad, but it is a nice breeze. And the major damage of the storm is expected to hit early Sunday morning. And again, the Governor Kay Ivey, she is asking everyone to be prepared and and make sure you have your emergency kits. Now, I will be live on WHNT here in the later evening newscast at 6, and I'll be down here throughout the weekend, so you can like my page here on Facebook, and I'll keep you up to date on Facebook. But also, I'll be bringing you breaking news, up-to-date information over on my Twitter account, which is at Aaron the News Guy. That's where I've been posting all the latest videos that I've been getting out here. You can see what the weekend is. Just kind of keep up to date with what's happening in the now. But again, I will post here on Facebook as well if you don't have a Twitter account. And if you're just joining us, again, I just want to go over that I'm here in Gulf Shores covering Tropical Storm Nate, and the Governor Ivy. She says this storm isn't as strong as ones in the past, but it still does not mean you should not pay attention to it. You should be prepared. You should have your emergency kit ready. That includes, again, non-perishable food, batteries, things like that. And the EMA director says that this storm keeps shifting, and they're keeping an eye out on it, and they're going to continue to follow it. But I'm going to hop off here for now. This coverage will continue on your television screens. And again, you can follow me here on Facebook and Twitter, and I will keep you updated.